Human Torch is still impossibly broken in mid-high elo. I honestly have no idea how the dev team hasn't patched out such a blatantly overpowered exploit after multiple seasons. Day 1 of comp in Diamond and nearly every one of my games is being ran by a Torch strafing at light speed with an Ultron pocket. Hitscan is completely useless to counter him and you are left with either running your own Torch Ultron or flat out losing the game. I don't care if his movement tech is a form of skill expression, it is insufferable to play against and makes facing him feel hopeless. Yeah, we need to talk about Human Torch and Season 4 balance patches in general. I don't know why the devs have not touched Human Torch for like 2 whole seasons, because this dude has been terrorizing ranked games for the past 2 seasons and he is banned starting mid-elo all the way to the highest elo almost every single game. Whatever game he is not banned, he becomes literally an elo terrorist. Like he turns into the Thanos of this game, okay? Once he has a Luna Snowflake on him or an Ultron drone on him, this dude is literally unkillable. He puts insane amount of pressure on the backline and his movement tech with his animation cancel is just so broken. You need to be a really good hit scan player or you are just absolutely cooked. Now the problem in mid elo is you rarely get a really good hit scan player, so you are stuck with people who cannot shoot this guy and he is completely destroying lobbies. And the problem becomes even more dramatic when you have a Human Torch and an Ultron in duo, because suppose you are playing solo and a Human Torch and an Ultron show up in a duo queue. You cannot possibly, as a solo player, convince your team to pick an Ultron and a Human Torch, right? It becomes even worse if you're a support player because this dude is going to flank and he's going to bully you the entire game and you possibly cannot do anything as a support against this guy. There are very few heroes that can actually counter Human Torch, and Punisher and Star-Lord being a few of them, but it's still pretty difficult to take down a good Human Torch because a good Human Torch will either hide behind cover or he'll be like doing his movement tech so fast. He's one of the hardest flying characters to kill, and if you guys follow macros, you know that that dude, like literally whenever he wants to win games, he just goes Human Torch, right? Because this hero is absolutely broken and it's extremely difficult to counter him. And the problem and the thing is, not a lot of people can actually play Human Torch, right? He is pretty difficult to play. He unless you do a few custom keybinds and stuff to do his jiggle thing, it becomes pretty difficult to play this guy. He's also not the easiest hero to aim with, so not a lot of people will play him, but when people actually play this dude, he becomes an absolute menace. And in the mid elos and in lower elos, he's basically a free win. A lot of people in low elos will not ban Human Torch, but they will ban Iron Man. Like it's beyond me why someone would ban Iron Man, but yeah, people ban Iron Man and people keep Human Torch open, and so Human Torch completely destroys lobbies in low elos. So if you are like in gold, plat, diamond, you can easily carry almost every single game with Human Torch. After that though, he becomes completely banned. My confusion is they nerfed Psylocke, when Psylocke was, in my opinion, a pretty balanced hero. Okay, Psylocke was not really breaking any games. Her ult is pretty easy to counter if you know what you're doing, right? And her damage was also decent. It was not really game-breaking amounts of damage, but they decided to nerf Psylocke. They also decided to nerf Cap for some reason. I don't know if Cap was destroying your lobbies, but Cap is not really that good as he was in Season 0. I don't think a lot of people were facing problems with Cap, but somehow they nerfed Cap's damage. But they didn't touch Human Torch, which is crazy because normally what these guys do, normally what Rivals devs do is they see which hero is being banned the most and then they go ahead and nerf those heroes. I don't know how disconnected they have to be with the gaming community to not notice that Human Torch is being banned in almost every single game in mid and high elos. Every single game. If you don't ban this guy, you basically throw it. As Panther is perma banned in low elos, he is perma banned in high elos. That's about it. That is how Human Torch broken is, right? That is how broken Human Torch is. But the devs did not notice this. And what surprises me the most is that they didn't nerf Human Torch, but they decided to go ahead and buff Magic. It's either the guys who are responsible for rolling out these balance patches, they either never play the game themselves, okay? So they have zero idea what is going on in the game, what's the meta, what people are like pissed off about, or they intentionally like to create these situations, okay, where people are frustrated and they kind of, make one hero so broken that if you are stuck in low elo, you just pick up that hero and you absolutely decimate lobbies and you win every single game. Because Magic was an elo terrorist. Like since Season 0, Magic had one of the worst team ups, but still she is one of the easiest, one of the lowest skill dive characters to play, and has always been an elo terrorist in low ranks because people have no idea how to counter Magic. Even in high elos, a good Magic is a real pain in the ass to go against. And if you are on PS5, on consoles basically, Magic is the easiest hero to play because you don't have to aim a lot with Magic, right? And she is arguably the easiest dive character to play and very, very broken in consoles because she is so fast and she gets so much shields. In consoles, Magic just absolutely destroys lobbies, even in higher elos. It's not that big of a deal in PC, but in consoles, it's really, really bad. And I don't know why they decided to buff Magic this season. Like, they straight up buffed an Elo terrorist, and I think now Magic is not even an Elo terrorist. Magic is the Elo Thanos. Like, if you are not banning Magic this season, you're gonna get absolutely cooked. If you are in mid elos, in low elos, you're gonna get absolutely cooked. I think in this season, you can skip BP. Yeah, BP with Hulk Shield is broken as fuck, but BP is not gonna be as annoying and as broken as Magic, trust me. Magic has to be banned every single game. And Human Torch. Human Torch. We were talking about Human Torch. So Human Torch, Magic, Angela. I think these three heroes are gonna be banned every single game this season. And these devs, I don't know what they were thinking to not touch Human Torch, but they went ahead and touched heroes that were absolutely fine. And then they nerfed them and buffed heroes that absolutely didn't need buffs. Human Torch, in my opinion, really needs a nerf. Probably season 4.5 we will see a nerf. And this season probably they did not nerf Human Torch because he's gonna get a new summer skin. I don't know. Not Marvel Rebels devs have done this before. Okay, this is like a very common predatory tactic in Chinese games, specifically games by NetEase. If you have played previous games by NetEase or these kinds of MOBA type of games by Chinese devs, what they basically do is they don't touch heroes which are going to get good skins, specifically like legendary skins or stuff like that. They don't really touch heroes like that because they know that if they nerf those heroes, then the skins will not sell. I don't know if that's the reason why they did not touch Human Torch, but it's pretty baffling to me how this dude has been terrorizing every single ranked game for the past 2 months, and still nobody has touched him. No dev has touched him. Nobody is talking about this guy, and he still reigns as the most broken flying DPS in the game right now. They would rather nerf everything except the actual thing that makes him broken: his animation cancel based strafing. Honestly, it feels more like a bug than an actual part of a skill. If the devs really wanted it, then they could fix this, okay? Because it does not seem like this is a part of a skill. His whole animation cancel thing, it feels more like it was not intended to happen, but somehow people found that glitch, that abuse, and now everyone is using it. I don't know. Animation cancels in this game, they feel so buggy. I feel like they should fix animation cancels for every hero, not just for Torch, for every hero. Because I feel like that's not how the heroes were meant to be played. People are just finding glitches and abuses and using them. But yeah, devs, I don't know. Sometimes they fix animation cancels, sometimes they don't fix animation cancels. It's really weird. The balance devs have no idea what they're doing. Absolutely true. Honestly, it's more that NetEase has shown absolutely no inclination to acknowledge a problem they don't have immediate fixes for. BP has serious no-reg issues for how many months and then got ghost patched. They probably will tweak it, but it will happen in an off patch and they will never acknowledge that there was an unintended behavior happening. Yeah, that's true. Honestly, you know, sometimes there are glitches in the game and the devs don't really talk about it, but then they quietly fix those glitches as if people are never going to notice, like BP's no-reg, right? They quietly fixed it, so it's like people will never notice it and they'll never talk about it. They'll be like, oh, must have been the wind. But yeah, they fix these patches and then they don't tell the people about it. It's so scummy. It feels so scummy. But yeah, the devs have been doing it. Actually, the annoying thing is that Torch is not really good solo. A Torch with resources, example heals plus one of Ultron shield, Luna Snowflake, Invis team up plus shield, is what turns him into Thanos. So it's not even like you can single-handedly try to match the other team's Torch. If you are even a great Torch player and if you're solo queuing and the other Torch is a part of a duo, you're probably okay. Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing. Torch in himself, he is pretty difficult to kill, but he's not impossible to kill, right? If 2 or 3 people focus on Torch at a time, specifically if you have supports like Luna, who can also do a lot of damage, and you have someone like Punisher, Torch can go down pretty easily. But the thing is, Torch becomes absolutely annoying when they have an Ultron, when they have a Luna Snowflake on him, and then they also have an Invis giving him shields. He becomes like literally unkillable. At that point, if your solo queue teams don't adjust to this situation and they also don't pick a Torch, Luna, an Invis, and an Ultron, even if you are like one of the best Torch players, you will probably not be able to kill the enemy Torch. The enemy Torch will just out-heal you and he will just become unkillable. He will literally be flying in your backline and you will not have anything you can do against him. He will just be destroying the complete backline alone, and even if your entire team is trying to take down this guy, he'll probably just run away and he'll come back and pester you again. He's not gonna die. That is the biggest problem with Torch. His team up with Invis is really, really good, okay? And Ultron's drone works like a miracle with him. It feels like Ultron was made to support this guy. So yeah, that is another problem. I think that is why Torch feels so broken. Yeah, well, what do you guys think about Torch? He's basically a server admin. They can nerf whatever, but until they nerf his movement tech, he'll still be the best hero in the game. To be honest, because he is unkillable and he keeps poking the enemy backline so hard, he keeps reducing everyone's health. That is what I think makes him so annoying, right? So annoying. He's unkillable and he keeps doing constant damage. So unless and until they remove this unkillable thing about him, basically his cancel animation is going to be busted, absolutely busted. So this season, I would recommend you guys, this was happening last season as well, and this season I will recommend you guys to ban Torch every single game. Okay, even if you are low elo and people are banning Iron Man for whatever reason, try to ban Torch. Okay, try to communicate with them, try to ban Torch. So maybe the devs will notice, okay, Torch is being banned every single game, and they'll go and balance him. And if Torch is not banned, then I would 100% recommend that you guys pick him. You probably cannot convince your solo queue teammate to go Ultron, but it's better having a Torch than not having a Torch on the team. It's just like that. He's probably free win this entire elo, this entire season. Okay, so yeah, what do you guys think of Torch? Let me know down in the comments if you are also facing a ton of problem against Torch. Because personally, I play tanks and supports, and whenever I play support, a human Torch is like the most annoying character to play against. So what has been your experience against this guy? And if you play Torch, what has been your experience playing Torch these past 2 seasons? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.